What's up guys, it's Eli Knight with Knight Jiu-Jitsu and with Aperture, and I'm here with Dustin today. I want to show some routes to get to the back. In Jiu-Jitsu, that's kind of like the holy grail of positions. So we want to get to the most dominant position we can, and we keep on upgrading as much as we can, always kind of with something on the back of our mind of trying to get to the back. Fighting in general, it's a good idea. If you have to fight this guy, I'd rather not be directly in front of him. I want to cut angles, so it's like I'm always trying to get behind him anyway. I want to show a few different options here from different positions and how we can get to the back from different ways. If we're starting from a mount position like this, sometimes I can come in here if I'm threatening on the collar or maybe just threatening here on the neck. And sometimes he'll look to try to trap my arm like he's gonna try to roll me. If that's the case here, then I'm gonna reach my base over on this direction. And as he tries to roll like a bridging or uba escape, I'm gonna slide up into this kneeling or modified mount position like this. And you notice I push his arm across. And then from here, I'm gonna reach and grab and go to this kind of control here. Now I've got his wrist, I wanna push his elbow down into his diaphragm. I'm gonna back my chest up behind him here, and I'm gonna bulldoze him over. It might take a couple tries, but then once I get him here, I keep him pinned flat on his arms. I reach down, scoop, and then I can look to shoot the choke from here to finish. And then once I get to this side position here and get him rolled up, if I'm encountering resistance rolling him back this way here, then I can reach through this direction, and then I'm gonna windshield wipe my foot in. I'm gonna push here one more good time, set him up and back over this way to take the back like this. Once we get here, I'm gonna establish my seatbelt, and my feet are configured like so. I'm probably not gonna keep him too directly in front of him. It's a little easier for him to push that down. If I don't have this bottom hook here, whenever I establish back mount, it's easier for him to escape. Yes, like that, right? So I'd like instead for this foot here to be up and even stepping on the hip. I'm gonna put my head here by his shoulder so that it's harder for him to get his head and then shoulders and then hips out to escape. Also from the mount position here, if the guy's looking to try to elbow escape on me sometimes, so he goes here like this and he's looking to elbow escape, sometimes what he'll do if I make this leg sticky here is he'll step over in hopes that he's gonna scrape this leg up and escape like that. Now, I know this trick and I know that he knows this trick too. So whenever he goes like this to step over this way, I'm gonna keep that leg heavy, let him scrape my ankle up like that, and then I'm gonna step back this direction, walk my hands down, roll over my shoulder here this way, and as he starts to come up, I reach, grab, pull him back to face me, and then I'm here back on his back again. So again, on this one, he reaches over, he steps across, and whenever he steps across, I hook his leg back. So I'm hooked here behind his knee, I step back across like this, I walk my hands down, and then I'm gonna dive like I'm reaching for his feet. This way here, I push his leg away, I hook his arm so he doesn't roll completely away from me, and instead I can pull him around, get to this position, like this, right? If I'm gonna wind up on this side and he's on the overhook side, just a side note, then I cross my feet between the legs rather than both over here because it's a little easier for him to escape this way. Now it's very difficult for him to escape whenever we get to this position. From that same kind of scenario, guys, if he's starting to escape on the side like that elbow escape like we did before, and he hooks across like that here, and I keep this hooked. Now, sometimes like if I feel like he knows the trick I'm gonna do, so whenever I start to turn this direction, I feel like he's gonna shift his hips and he might try to roll out of it. Instead, I can just do something as simple as sliding this knee up behind his back here, shoot the seatbelt like this, and then pull him back across this direction. Right now, I wind up on the underhook side, which is a little harder for him to escape on typically. So I get to this position like so. Another position where we can find a kind of tricky back take that most people don't really expect is that whenever I get to this position here, knee on belly like this, and I start working in to try to threaten the choke. Now this is a little contingent on him having the gi on obviously, but I'm gonna go here to threaten the choke. What's his defense gonna be most of the time? He's gonna fight my hands to try to keep the pressure off of his neck, which is perfectly fine for me because what I wanna do from here is I wanna put my knuckles on the floor with the grip still intact. I'm gonna hop around facing his feet and I'm gonna pick him up. So I go here, this way. Once I get to here, I deadlift him, pick him up like this, hop in, and take the back this way here. So again, whenever we pop up like this here, I feed the hand in 1, 2. I don't even have to have that great of a grip here because he's gonna fight my hands anyway to keep the choke off of him. Whenever I hop around, I plant my knuckles on the ground, hop 180 degrees facing his feet, and then deadlift and take the back here, this way. And then I have his back from here. From the guard position here, guys, it's something that's very common with a more unskilled energy, is whenever we're in this position here and he works his arm inside and hopes that maybe he's either gonna frame against my neck here to push us apart, or just frame against my neck to smash me like this. So as he's driving the weight in here on my neck like this and making it heavy, then I'm gonna push back to relieve some of the pressure on the shoulder, push back with my heels to take some of the weight off, and then one more little burst, pop this across here, dropping him to the ground. I immediately go here to gable grip like this, and then whenever I have him in this position here, I could stop maybe and check for the arm triangle, but I want to go with the intention of getting to his back. If the arm triangle happens, it happens. So I go here, I scoot out to the side one, I hook here, pull my arm out, base up on my elbow, and then this leg's gonna come inside. I can either pull it directly inside, or I can try to hack his leg and make him step over it. If he does, I get here, sandwich him between my legs like this. I hop up on my knee, step the other hook inside, and then I have kind of a seat belted back take like that. And the same energy of him smashing me down like that, and I push back to relieve some of the pressure here. I pop the arm across, I shimmy kind of out to the side like this with the intention of taking his back this way, but I feel the guy start to drive back into me here like this. Whenever I feel that, I reach to gift wrap the arm this way, and then from here I scoop underneath his leg, I turn, balance him up on my thigh like this, up on my hamstring, and then I take him this way for this kind of pendulum sweep. We wind up back in this position here. I immediately rock back and take us back to this position here. This may be one that's for a little more skilled of energy or more of a technical game whenever we're playing more of a jiu-jitsu match. Whenever we get to this position here, I want to try to break this grip that he has on me. A good way to do that is by cutting underneath like this. I can figure 4 if I need to. I'm going to pop my hips up, here this way, and I want to pull to this side over here. Once I get that here, I want to try to get this 2-on-1 kind of control. I want to scoot my hips away from the arm here, this way, and then reach around his back like this. Now from this direction here, I can start to swim out, post up on the arm, and then come here to take his back, right? Or again, if he starts to drive the weight back into me here this way, right, then I can use this to turn this into a sweep. I scoop up like this, get this nice cradle kind of attachment, roll him up on his side here, and now we're in the position again to where I can cut in, take the back by sitting up and over this way. Sometimes it can be difficult whenever I am rolling here and the guy turtles up on me. The turtle, while it's a completely defensive posture for the most part, it can be difficult because of that. He has to concentrate fully on defense, and so sometimes it's difficult for me to get attachments. One thing that I can do from here though is whenever I get to turtle, I'm gonna post my knee beside his knee like this. I wanna scoop across here. I can grab material, or I can just palm the chest, or even C-clamp the arm. The big consideration here is my elbow being back close to his hip. I'm gonna reach and pull this direction here to sprawl out here this way to get him pulled over. Now I'm gonna drop all my weight here. If I don't drop my weight, he could just hop right back up to turtle position like this, right? But if I keep my weight down on him, he has to extend that leg out. And whenever he does that, he'll carry me up with him if he really wants to get back to turtle from here. So if he goes here, he straightens the leg out, he rides back up. This leg now, as he's going, has room to shoot inside like that. So now I have my near side hook. All that's left for me now is to throw over for the far side hook here, pull him back, and then I have the back again. Again, if we land on the overhook side, then I'm gonna cross my feet between the legs. Another one from turtle position, whenever the guy's maybe a little bit tighter, I can maybe get my seatbelt, but I can't really get a good attack, and I can't get my hooks in from the position that he's in. So what I can do from here is if I get my seatbelt like this, I want to take my shoulder on my overhook side, I want to press it in on his neck, I want to turn, look the back the direction toward his legs here, and I'm going to roll over that shoulder like I'm doing a basic rollout. Now I have to be ready for the direction that his hips and legs are going to come over so that I can immediately establish my hooks whenever I do this. So I go here and I go to roll over this way and I pull him, and then we wind up right here, back take, and I have my underhook side, so this is good. So again, on this one, what's making this happen is that whenever I have my seatbelt here and I'm going to roll, my shoulder is tucking his head and making him have to roll with me. My chest is staying attached to his back pretty much the whole time. He's falling over and I'm keeping my legs open to catch him, so I have back mount as soon as we roll. So I go here like this, and roll, and we take him right here. This one is gonna look a little silly. It's actually one of my favorite ones to do whenever I have a guy with a very tight turtle position and I can't get any space at all inside. He's guarding well around his neck, he's keeping the wedges closed. Everything's going really well for him, but he's exposing one other thing. So I'm gonna do this. So you'll hear like this. I get to this position, he's keeping everything very tight. I can't get my seatbelt, I can't get in good on the collar, anything like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop here, post up, and put my feet here on his thighs, this way, right? So I'm kind of perched on him like a bird might be, right? From here, what I'm looking to do is I'm gonna try to grab the back of his collar like this, here, and I'm gonna pick up here, and that's gonna make space enough for me to drop my feet inside this way. Now, I shoot back for the seatbelt, and I got his back. Again, I get here, just everything is very tight in this position. So I'm gonna post up on him, keep the weight heavy here so he doesn't immediately pop out of the position. Hop, land in this kind of perch mount like this. So I put my feet here on the thighs. I'm gonna pick up. In a kind of a dramatic situation, I'm not gonna pull gradually, I'm gonna pop up like this and extend my body. It's a lot of pressure because it's like a deadlift kind of energy. So I'll pop here, drop the feet inside for the hooks, and then shoot immediately for the seatbelt. We may fight from here for a second, or I can immediately roll off and take him to the side that I want to. That's best for me to attack from. One of my favorite back takes that I've ever learned is actually from daily Riva guard whenever we're playing more of an open guard. The way I typically will wind up in daily Riva, I don't usually go there immediately. I usually will try to go from this kind of hook sweep position like this, but if he pushes my foot out of his hip here, then I'll typically will go for my inside daily Riva hook, push this leg out like this, and I'm gonna hold on to the sleeve immediately while I climb up to the back. Now, from here, this is actually a shallow daily Riva hook. I'm gonna go for my deep one, which is across the far side hip. So I'm gonna drop this foot down. I'm gonna reach up and over across this way. Now, if he doesn't stop me, he'll just fall down for the sweep. But if he wants to, if he doesn't want to resist the pressure and fall for the sweep, then he has to kind of expose his back a little bit. So I go here like this, that makes him turn to face me a little. I wanna go here, hook around behind his leg, reach up, grab his belt or his pants here. Pants are usually more reliable. And then I'm gonna scoop myself more squarely to up here, kick the feet out this way. And then I have his back from daily Riva guard. Another good one from daily Riva guard that's of course very popular, it has been popular for several years now, is the Berimbolo. And whether this is part of your game or whether it's going to ever be part of your game or whether it's just completely too sporty and you just want to throw it back out, it's fine, whatever is the case for you. But it is an interesting kind of way that the dynamic works of it, and I'm interested in it from kind of the artistic and kind of the fundamental kind of principle aspect of it and the mechanics of how it works. So if we go here, from daily Riva again, and again, I like to start here immediately just so he doesn't mess with my foot. I want to push this out, play fairly aggressively on daily Riva, pop out like this and do kind of a jackknife sit-up. I want to reach, I'm going to grab a hold of his belt. Now, the way that I like to do this, because I'm scared of foot locks, is I'm going to reach this foot across to his far side hip and do kind of a scissor lift around his leg on the far side. So I go here and here, this way, to capture. Once I capture that far side leg and I'm kind of scissored around it, I'm gonna pull him like I'm flipping him over my head this direction. Whenever we go here, this way, I'm gonna continue the roll like this to come out from underneath. And then look, I'm gonna keep on pushing him around. This one's gonna push on his thigh like this. I'm gonna capture here, push around like that, keep dragging him until I can take the back off of it like this. All right, guys, so those are several different positions that you can use to take the back. There's lots of different routes, and there's tons of different ways to get to the back that I didn't even include in here. But the main focus of this is just to show you that there's lots of different kind of ways from different positions and different energies that you can use to get there. You know, think about constantly, how can I get to his back? How can I get to his back? If other things present themselves along the way, good positions, good sweep opportunities, good submission opportunities, then we'll take advantage of those. But as far as like my ultimate goal, I'm trying to look for the back all the time. So check these out, guys. I hope you like them, and let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, notifications, all that stuff. Thanks a lot, guys.